information. In civilian life, if you want to look like a scumbag because you just don't feel like dressing the part, you're going to dress a certain way. Just know that there's a time and place. You do that and you aren't set up properly, you will potentially get killed for it. An example would be, I like to wear board shorts and t-shirts. It's not the best thing to carry or to be functionally ready, but you can adapt that, because if you have a fanny pack, this would be exercising and pushing fanny packs on you. If you have a sling bag, for guys who don't like fanny packs, you could have that same setup, but also be more capable with more capacity to carry gear. And that's what we're talking about, because out of all the things I talk about in that, one of the most important aspects where I learned this was about survival. And the idea came from a survival school that I went to, the NCIA, and I can't talk about it too much, but I went through a survival school that basically trained case officers to survive in semi-permissive environments if shit hit the fan. So if a country falls apart and they have to bug out, the number, just as it is in reconnaissance for the military, is 72 hours. So if you ask yourself right now if something happened, one, do you have ready access to that life-saving equipment? It's good to have first aid gear, but if it's in a first aid bag in your trunk of your vehicle, when you're inside the office, when somebody was just a casualty, that's not going to help you. So you need ready access on person. So one, do you have the equipment and is it readily accessible? Two, do you have enough equipment on person to potentially survive the worst case scenario, whether it be a natural or man-made disaster, right here, right now? And most people will not. And I get the whole, like, it's not convenient. I mean, a lot of the equipment that we sell, we think about convenience and integrating survival and first aid into their lives. So if right now you don't have a tourniquet on your person, okay, I get it, because tourniquets are not very comfortable to carry, but do you have one in a fanny pack? Okay, you don't have a fanny pack because you don't want to wear one. Is it in your mobility platform? Is it with, until I went to the CIA, where a Glock 17 in my waistband was my lifeline. If I was lucky, a partner who had the same, and if we were even luckier, maybe a machine gun in the trunk. But we lived and worked and operated in environments that were similar to semi-permissive environments in America, where things are cool until they're not. And you better be able to react, respond with what you have on person. And the whole flip-flop analogy, like, it's not that I'm not advocating flip-flops, because I certainly wear flip-flops. Just know what you can get away with and know what's going to change if you're barefoot around gravel, and now you have to pick up your 2-3-year-old twins and shoot, move, and communicate, potentially save their lives running across gravel in the middle of a gunfight. I mean, sometimes you take your losses, sometimes you sacrifice it all, but try to be capable. And I consciously do this. Sometimes I go into a situation, I'm like, I want to wear flip-flops, but I'm going to California. I'm not taking the risk. I'm going to wear shoes, and I'm going to be able to respond. That you have to pay attention to every single metric of that. And it's not just EDC of what you carry, it's EDC of how you present yourself. John Lovell from Warrior Flow Society has talked about this.